Happy Halloween! What's up, Mr. John?
Shit. I could do better than that. That's total crap.
Alright, hold on.
Hey, Squatchy.
Let's see here.
Never mind me. I was just saying good things about your artwork in the backstage.
Oh. Oh. Is that what
I would never say anything bad about you.
Right.
What's going on? Hey, Gene.
You know, getting a little Freddy going.
Where's my playlist?
What playlist?
I sent you a playlist.
I'm supposed to play that? How am I supposed to play that and draw?
I don't know. Gene, it was going to be epic. It was going to be like all 80s pop music. And Squatchy let us down.
I don't know, man. You were playing some Paula Abdul and you know, I could get down with some of them, but
I was sending Squatchy the worst music.
Yeah, it was he had me questioning you there.
Hey, you were the one bringing up Ace of Base the other day.
It's just because I totally pictured you singing to it.
Well, it was on top of your mind. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, because I had just watched freaking Harold
excuses.
And Kumar.
You saw the sign.
Yeah, they sing that song in that movie. And then I was like, you know what? Foo's totally a person that would just love this song.
I mean, I think I still do have the CD.
Yeah, see, I know.
Yeah.
I know you.
Like, it's over in
act
storage.
like I don't know you. I know you. We got Ivan up in here, too.
Oh, God, Ivan. Here it comes. Ivan's always got something to say.
This is the we ain't got shit to do on Halloween squad.
Exactly. Well, it is like it's 10 o'clock central, so
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's not many kids out.
And plus, Ivan probably fucking smacks his cane at kids and shit.
Yeah. You know what we did this year? We just put the bowl out in the front porch. It was gone in minutes.
Yeah, I would imagine.
I just kept refilling it, and I was like, "Is this the end? All right, lights out."
Yeah, I would imagine it would go quick because ain't nobody fucking just grabbing one.
No, but you know, I don't feel like dealing with them. You know, although the one kid that I had to greet was what?
We already got one of those bots in here.
Oh yeah, look at that. Find love on the new dating site. There you go, Gene.
Yeah.
No, I actually did have to greet one trick or treater. I was refilling the bowl and one of them caught me. And you know, I was doing my best to be as antisocial as possible, but she caught me. And this little girl comes up and she was in a like it was very clearly homemade, right? And I was like, "Oh shit, I know what that is." I'm like, "You're Little Red Riding Hood." And she beamed from ear to ear. She was so proud. She's like, "Yeah." And then she points backwards and she goes, "And that's my dad. He's the big bad wolf." And I look back on the sidewalk and her dad's standing there and it's the wolf. I was like, "Oh shit." He's like, "Take all the candy you want."
Did you give him the furry to furry nod? Like, hey man.
All right. You know, you take a nice moment and you turn it into that.
You're like, I'm
you know,
totally there with
whatever.
you, bro.
I don't even want to hear it.
Yeah, I bet you were in your squirrel suit.
Whatever.
Or your furry sweater.
I tell a nice story and you got to turn it into that crap.
These are facts.
You got Ivan laughing. Gene, I was sending Squatchy 80s music videos all night. He thinks I'm nuts.
Yeah. I've been telling you you're nuts for a while now.
Oh, damn. I got to send you Debbie Gibson. You know, because that stuff gets in your head, right? Even if you don't want to hear it, like, just seeing the title and it fucks your day up.
Yeah, you sent me that. If you lost your look, you will find me.
Right? There you go.
Yeah, it got stuck in my head. Yeah, I know what that kind of shit does. Like, and I'm the kind of person that just has to hear it a little bit, and then I'm just like, it's there.
That is awesome. I love it. You know, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's how music gets me. Music's
great though. You know what? I was just I was lecturing my kid today, my youngest. I was like, you know what? Stop like saying music shit just because like it's not cool. I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like music will be cool and then it won't be and then it will be again. I'm like, if it's good, it's good music and don't care what anyone says.
Well, you just gotta stay away from modern stuff. Good music will always be.
Exactly. Yeah. My point was more of like don't get pigeonholed in like a genre, you know?
Yeah, I mean, well, how old is this one that you were talking to?
He's 14, you know.
Okay, yeah. So
he's just like getting into it. He's like, yeah, Nirvana's cool, and like, you know, I was like, okay. Yeah, I'm just like, chill out, dude.
I was gonna say because some of the young people I've met, like even, you know, when I was at the shop and tatting, the shit that they listen to is like rap isn't even rap anymore. Like,
oh no, my kids don't listen to that stuff. No.
And there's this one branch of rap now called mumble rap, and these people
SoundCloud.
are all they're all pilled out while they
Yeah,
rap, and it literally
it's
homeboy next
garbage.
the station next to me would be listening to this shit, and it's just like
Well,
and you're
that's
like, what?
those guys that put the tattoos on their faces, right? Like
Yeah.
what's that dude's name? Malone or something.
Oh no,
Although I don't know if
he
he's
doesn't.
he's not a mumble
No,
rapper.
he's not a mumble rapper, but like I know one
But
of
they
them's.
have that look, right?
Yeah, no, yeah, they all do, and they
And they
all
all
look like.
die at like 20.
Yeah,
Because they're too
they're all
dumb to do
fucking.
their drugs, right?
Yeah,
Like seriously, I mean, come on. We lived through the 90s. Like you guys can't figure it out. Come on now.
yeah. You guys just give it up. Fucking cough syrup and Tide Pods and shit.
we already proved all this shit out for you. You couldn't have like figured it out. Like, come on. So garbage.
It's
Yeah.
the Utes. MM's in the house.
Yeah, no, my kids don't listen to that nonsense. And the thing is too, like I'm not a big fan of rap. Like I'm just not. Like I respect it, but it's just not really my thing. But like the old school stuff that I grew up with, I mean, it's probably nostalgia more than anything. But I do like that. Like I like Run DMC, LL Cool J. I'll still listen to all that stuff. Naughty by Nature.
Yeah, that's why I sent you that Australian stuff.
It is good.
Yeah, because it's like old school hip hop.
Yeah,
Not rap, but hip hop.
Yeah.
Like where they sample and the DJ plays a major part. You know, like
yeah.
no, Hilltop's good, dude.
And like back when they're like I'm gonna sound really old right now, but when their lyrics actually like meant something, you know, like you could listen to it and it was like, I mean, you listen like anything that comes out now, you're just like you're disgusted by what they're saying. It's like, you know, I
Yeah.
can't relate to that.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want to, you know.
And you know what's crazy is now like I feel like they don't even try to like have the beat like with the bass and shit like that. Like it's
very derivative. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a totally.
Dude, do you remember when Run DMC and Aerosmith did that video? I mean, it's so cliche now, but like remembering when that first came out, that Walk This Way, like, dude, that was freaking insane.
Yeah,
it was nuts back in the day. Yeah, I mean, it's very cliche at this point, but that was something else. But I think the point is though that like it was they actually still had something to say, you know?
Yeah. Well, they're just not rapping about stupid shit.
Yeah.
Fucking.
It was like they were busting through the wall, like, hey, listen to me, you know?
Yeah.
And now it's just bullshit. It's nonsense.
I haven't watched Nightmare on Elm Street in a long time.
Have they rebooted that franchise yet? They have, right?
They did, and it was horrible. They had
it was bad. Yeah.
They had the guy that played Rorschach.
That's right. Yeah. No, it was bad.
They made him be a hardcore pedo. Because I don't think was he a pedo in the.
No, but because like they have to do that with everything now, right? Like, but no, back in the 80s, like you could simply like.
Well, I'm watching part 1 right now, and he's fucking with teenagers, not to have sex with them, to kill them.
But even his backstory was like he killed little kids.
Yeah.
But see, again, back in the 80s, like it could simply be as simple as I just want to kill kids, right? Nowadays, it's like, no, there's got to be like a deeper meaning. He's got to do something like seriously perverse. Like, I think it was like implied, but not stated. That's the difference.
Because it's like, damn, dude, like.
It makes all the difference, right? Like, you don't need to know the details. Let your imagination, like, That's kind of a weird imagination, but you know what I mean.
Well, for some people, I mean, Lasso didn't have a ball.
But I mean, in horror in general, right? Like you got to let your imagination do some of the work, and I feel like
Oh
they don't
yeah,
do that anymore.
no. The psychological thriller is the best of horror
Yes,
because
agreed.
it makes you think and it makes your. No, I 100% agree. Psychological horror. That's why Hitchcock and
Oh yeah.
Shamalama Ding Dong do so good with their movies because you have to use your brain.
So,
Just
in
like
your opinion, what was the greatest scene in Nightmare on Elm Street?
the
And
first one.
there's several really good ones. I know the one that creeped me out the most. I'm just wondering what got you.
I mean,
He
it's
doesn't remember.
this this scene right here, where his hand. I mean, you can
Yeah.
barely see it, but his
No,
hand,
that's a good one. Well, just seeing the blades, like the way it
his
moved in his
shadow.
fingers, it
Yeah,
almost looked unnatural. And at the same time, it was natural. Like it was bizarre. Yeah, no, the scene for me was when his arms outstretched and
yeah.
the scraping on the.
That's the scene that's on right now. That's what I'm talking about.
Is it? Okay, okay. Dude, that scene with just the scraping of the metal creeped me out so bad as a kid. Like I couldn't sleep.
Yeah, you know what's funny is
Such a great movie.
these movies like Halloween and Freddy, they didn't fuck with me, but shit like not Puppet Master, but the movie The Dolls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
this there's a scene where the doll fucking throws one of the rabbits into the shower while the chick is in the shower and she sees the rabbit and everything and freaks out. Like for a long time, I would fucking sit there when I would be taking a shower thinking that there's gonna be a dead rabbit in the for the longest time. And you know what movie fucked with me the most when I was a kid? And it wasn't even a horror movie, but I consider it a horror movie, and I don't recommend anybody watch it. But was actually the Garbage Pail Kids movie.
You're so dumb.
Those animatronic faces used to fucking terrify me, dude. And Michael Jackson has
Dude,
Michael Jackson
Scotty's
has
like, you
music
know what
video.
movie scared me the most? And he breaks out with Garbage Pail Kids.
Oh, you don't understand. I am 40
I know what you're
years
talking
old.
about, those creepy little dudes.
Yeah, I am 40 years old, okay? And I still cannot sleep without my toes being covered because I still think that fucking alligator thing's gonna get my toes because of the scene, because of the bar scene. To this day, it'll be hot as fuck, but I have to cover my feet because that'll be the day that motherfucker gets my toes.
You're such an idiot.
It's fucked with me. It like literally, if I feel air on my toes, I instantly think about Garbage Pail Kids and I start freaking the fuck out.
Wow.
Like it's bad, but it's only when I'm laying down to go sleep. I could be barefoot the whole
Isn't it funny how
day.
like different movies or even different scenes of movies like affect people
just
differently?
fuck with you. Yeah, dude.
My wife and I have had an ongoing argument since I think we first met as to what is the scariest scene in Poltergeist. So
Oh, I
before I
just watched all
answer,
those.
what is it?
Oh man. Dude. Okay, the first one. No, the chairs when it started with the chairs moving and everything, yeah, that was like okay because they were kind of having fun with it. But then the tree scene where it's fucking with the kid, and oh, dude, there's a lot in Poltergeist, but the little girl creeped me out too.
But what is the scariest scene if you had to pick one? Come on, you're competing with my wife and I now, and you're about to side with one of us.
I don't know, man. I'd have to say that tree fucking swallowing up the kid.
Fuck yeah! Fuck you to my wife.
Because
I have sworn from the day we first met it was the damn tree.
yeah, well,
She
because
says
it
it's the
already
damn
looks like
clown.
the. Well,
She
no.
thinks the
Oh,
clown is scarier. I'm like, hell no. That tree was fucking terrifying.
yeah. Because you had a chance against the clown. I mean,
Right.
you could try
That
to
tree
fight the
came in
clown.
through the window.
Yeah. And it already, like, when he was looking at it, it already looked like it had, like, faces on it and stuff.
Yes.
No, yeah, I'm
That
with
thing
you on
creeped
that.
me out. Yeah, the clown, like, at least you can fight back. How are you going to fight a tree, you know?
Yeah. Because even that kid, he was big enough to, go toe to toe with that clown.
Do you remember the second one when his braces attacked him?
Yeah.
That was so dumb.
The second one went wild. That with
It
the
did.
Indian and yeah, that one.
His freaking
That
braces.
one was nuts. Oh yeah, that's right. The steak crawling on the counter.
Oh yeah. You're right though. When the chairs, remember the mother, and she's like, "Hey, check this out," and she's like
Yeah.
showing them like it's like fun.
Yeah,
That
she
was so
fed
cool.
right into that shit.
God,
Exactly.
they don't do movies like that anymore. That was awesome.
No, fuck no.
Yeah, I
you don't
remember that.
you don't get better than the 80s and early 90s horror.
No.
They haven't been able to make movies.
How's it going,
It's-
ME
it's-
Comics? Yeah, no, it was a golden age. I mean, and it's hard. Like I've tried going back, trying to like figure out what makes them great, and it's hard. Like I don't know that there's one thing about it. Like I mean, obviously, I know they did like the close up shots, you know, and that's certainly a stylistic thing. But there's more to it. It has to do with the story and just the sense of adventure.
The music, the
Music, yes.
cinematography.
Yeah, like dude, like to this day, you and I could probably like still sing along to the great music or the great movies that we grew up with, the music, right? Indiana Jones, Star Wars, whatever it might be, we could hum along.
Yeah. It all had, I mean, yeah, it all had something memorable.
Yeah, Steven Spielberg. Yeah, he was great. He really was. I mean, he was for all of his faults, I guess. I mean, the guy loved making movies. And it's hard to fault any like whenever somebody has like a real passion for something like Spielberg had, like it just shows through. Like even if you don't like everything that they do, when they've got that much passion for something, like every once in a while greatness just comes through. I mean, what was that one he did at Devil's Peak there? Or not Devil's Peak, Devil's Tower. Close Encounters. Freaking amazing movie.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's done a lot of good shit.
Oh yeah. I mean, E.T. as much as it's kind of like just a kids movie now, if you really think about it, like, dude, that thing it was so good.
But I get they made it a fucking kids movie, but do you know how fucking terrifying it would be to see that fucking thing?
Dude, okay, so remember back then that this was like before VHS, right? Like when ET came out, it was years until the VHS came out. So you only had like you could see it in the movie theaters, right? And I remember I saw it in theaters and just like blown away. I saw it a second time in theaters and then I never saw it again for years, right? And I was a little kid, and that just like sits there in your head. Same thing as like Empire Strikes Back, I remember, because you could not rewatch it. Remember that? Like you saw it in theaters, and that was it.
Yeah, you either had to rent it, or wait for it to come out to rent.
Well, early on, you couldn't even rent it, right? Like, I
Yeah,
mean, and then like my parents, like they couldn't even afford it, right? So like I was even more delayed, right? So I was
yeah,
until we finally got the VHS. Like we didn't have cable TV or any of that. Like I remember that it was a big event when we got a VCR. In fact, it was like a decision in my family, like cable or VCR, and we chose VCR because we could only afford one, right?
yeah.
But before that, like, and even then, like, not all movies were on VHS, right? So, something like ET, I remember years and years and years went by before it ever came out on VHS. So, like, something like that, like, dude, it just stuck in my head. It was almost like a myth, you know? And you
Yeah.
remember pieces of it, and it just sticks with you. And it was, yeah, dude, it was scary as hell. Like thinking about like when he was like turning all white in like the,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
oh god, that creeped me out.
Yeah, the movie. I mean, he's creepy to look at.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is I used to have this friend. He's the same friend I used to draw comics with when I first got into comics and stuff. Like when I was a kid, we used to put me and him, fighting with predators against aliens. And like we had our own comic that totally copyrighted and just did a whole bunch of shit, but using the same characters and stuff like that from the Aliens vs Predator comics and shit.
Yeah.
But one time his grandparents, because me and him, we lived right down the street from each other. We were best friends all growing up, all through kindergarten and up and everything. And his grandparents took us to Universal Studios, and it was the day that ET opened.
Oh,
They don't even
damn.
have the ET ride anymore at Universal Studios. But like you'd get on this bike, and I remember like because we stayed there, and it was one of the nights where it's open late as fuck. And his grandpa was just like giving us money and just making us get away from him. Like just go have fun in the park, like. It was one of the best nights ever. We ate so much shit because his grandpa just kept giving us money and stuff, and we bought a bunch of shit. But we kept riding the ET ride because the ET ride was insane, dude. Like you're on the bikes and it would like make it look like you're fucking flying out through the neighborhood, and then like because it had like you're going
Squatchy's flying on his bike.
Yeah. But you're like it had like projectors, and then you're also like riding around models. So like they had like this like whole fucking city model. Like it was like like Beetlejuice, like all the city stuff and everything. And the lights and cars were moving and stuff, and it was this huge fucking room, like the size of like an Olympic pool, and you're just going slowly over all this city, and it's like you're seeing cars and shit like on the ground and everything, and then this motherfucker takes you to his planet, right? So you're in there, and it's fucking. I don't know if you saw it on because they go to ET's planet on one of the Star Wars movies. I forget what, but they just don't show ET.
On the Star Wars movies, what are you talking about?
Yeah, one of them. I'm almost positive it's his planet because that's exactly what it looked like in the ride. And this was before the prequels came out, so I know it's not the first three. So it's going to be the prequels. One of the planets that one of the Jedis or something's on is ET's planet during like Order 66 or some shit. I don't know. But
where the hell is this coming from?
This is just my
Squatchy's dropping news.
Yeah. But dude, the fucking planet was nuts. And then there was like all these ETs and stuff. Like, and it just, it was like, it creeped us the fuck out because they looked so real. And they were like wet looking, like how he is in the movie.
Yeah.
It was just so like because as a kid you're like like your imagination's helping like your vision. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
absolutely.
So, like, you're like totally being transported. And we were old enough to know it's just a stupid ride. But fuck, we rode that thing probably, I want to say maybe 20 times. Like, because towards like midnight, there was no lines.
Oh, dude, I had a season pass to Six Flags Great Adventure in Jersey.
Oh,
And so you could jump right to the front of the line, right? But like even better, like yeah, like you would go and like you would learn when the off hours were, when nobody was there and you had to park all to yourself. Dude, that was so amazing.
Six
I love
Flags.
amusement parks.
I get nauseous when I think of Six Flags because our
Well, there's different ones, right?
yeah, but our senior trip for high school was at fucking Six Flags, and like we had it all rigged, so rigged. There's a down ass science teacher, and fucking he was cool as fuck, and like you could ditch and go in his class, hang out, and fucking be stoned, and just he wouldn't give a shit. We had it all rigged where all the homies and all the girls that we were like gonna be walking around the park with, we got assigned to his bus. So we got to drink and do whatever the fuck we wanted the whole way there. Dumbass Squatchy. Dumbass fucking Squatchy chugs an entire bottle of vodka before he gets to the park. Okay?
Never a good idea.
No, not for any human to have that much alcohol.
Dude, I don't touch hard liquor.
I used to drink.
It never spells good things.
Yeah, we drank so much when we were in high school. So much. So I am completely fucking drunk. All right? I remember bits and pieces. Smoking in the bathroom. Smoking under a roller coaster. I was finding places to sneak and smoke, okay? And at one point I blacked out and don't remember a long period of time. I came to and there's some kind of orange ice cream in front of me. And it's halfway melted, and there's a lady looking at me, right? And I literally have a long line of drool just dripping into the ice cream. Okay? No. Get this, though. So I instantly am like, oh, I shook my head real fast.
This is exactly how I picture you on most days, by the way. Just saying.
And I wipe my face to where you don't see the drool line anymore, right? So then two of my friends walk up, right? And one of them takes two fingers into the scoop of ice cream where I just dropped that big old drool line.
No!
He scoops the ice cream into his mouth and is like, and this is what I remember right away, and him just going, what's up, man? Where have you been? And then me just seeing him eat it just instantly made my stomach just fucking like you've been drinking vodka and you just ate ice cream, you dumbass. So I instantly run to the trash cans and they had them to where they were like, you can reach in to drop the trash in, like not from the top, like it was like these square tops that had these like rectangular holes on the side,
so the birds and stuff don't get in. Yeah.
So I fucking knocked this thing over and puked my guts out, right?
And your friend doesn't know why you're puking.
Yeah, doesn't know. So then I, after I'm done with that, like I'm feeling a little bit better, right? And then I fucking, whatchamacallit, go up to the friend and tell him what he did, and he's fucking like pissed and like, and everything. And then my friend, he goes, you know what you need, dude? You need tequila. It'll cancel it out. That's what my dad says. So he
Oh
hands me
no.
the mini bar bottle.
Oh
All
no.
right. So then I fucking
That stuff is the worst.
yeah. So then I had one of those. Okay, and then it was like the drink
That's
instantly.
every bad parking lot story.
The drink instantly like reenacted the drunkenness. So then like next thing I know, I don't remember shit. Okay. And then I'm like I'm blinking and my eyes are coming to, and I'm on fucking Superman. And it's
Oh, I hate that
about to
ride.
it just shoots you straight up into the fucking
I
air.
hate it so much. It is the worst ride
It
ever
is
invented.
the absolute worst. And I was on it with no way of getting off because I came to right at the moment where it's click click
Oh,
and just
it's the
shoots
worst
you.
ride ever. It's so bad. It doesn't matter how much you enjoy roller coasters. That one sucks ass. There
Oh,
is no excuse to catapult you straight into empty air, straight up. Like,
oh,
no, that is not fun.
it was the fucking worst.
Oh, I hate it.
Worst.
Dude, I sat in the front freaking row. Eh, oh my god, it was one of the no, that is the most terrifying ride I've ever been on. It sucks.
Fuck that ride.
Yeah, no, there is nothing fun about that ride.
But moral of the story is if you drink that much vodka and then chase it with tequila mixed in with a lot of joints, you're not going to like vodka anymore for the rest of your life. Just
No,
saying. It
I've
was
I've
bad.
never cared for hard liquor.
But I do remember that this girl that I was crushing on, I remember on the ride home on the bus. And this, you know what, this is going to go back into how music and everything, right? So this girl I've been crushing on for a long ass time, she fucking comes and sits by me on the bus, leans against me to like sleep while on me and stuff while we were riding the bus, like snuggled up on me, right? And the song on the bus was Crossroads by Bone Thugs. I see you at the crossroads. And so, like, I know that song's about death and everything, but every time I hear it, I think, oh, Natalie.
Dude, music will do that. It'll take you
Oh,
right back
dude.
to the place where you heard it, you know?
Yeah, it seriously will.
Like weird stuff, like a single song, and I will remember what road I was driving on at
Oh,
like
yeah.
17.
You'll remember smells.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It's weird what music has the power of doing. And it
Yeah.
stays in your head so much more than like a conversation with someone. Even though like I kind of store that shit. Like I can pull up, like if I think hard enough, I can pull up memories from like being fucking 7, 8, shit like that. It
See, I
just
can't. I have terrible memory. I have ADHD, so like my memory just like it's very, very short-lived. And so like my talent really is being able to figure things out on the fly, right? Like
yeah.
very quickly. Because if I couldn't, I'd be screwed because I have zero memory of like how I did things previously. So I have to constantly refigure it out, you know?
Okay, well just don't forget the $450. All right.
I'll try to remember.
Yeah.
But music, totally different. If I can put a song with an event, then I'll remember it. It's very strange. But like reading for me, like I can read just fine, you know, but like
Yeah.
I won't remember a damn thing I read.
No.
And that's a common thing of like ADHD, right? Like you just like reading is a very challenging thing. Like I can read, I'm not a fucking idiot, but I just
Well,
like I
I
can
mean,
read the same thing over and
debatable.
over and over. Yeah, right. No, but I can read the same thing over and over and over again and get nothing out of it. But if you speak the words to me, I'll pick it up instantly.
Fuck,
You know,
that
this
makes
is the
so
weird
much
thing.
sense about earlier today then.
What?
because I was like, why the fuck did you just call me linguini? And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
That was
Just
awesome.
call
I
me
called Squatchy
pasta?
linguini earlier today, and it totally freaked him out.
I was like, what the fuck? I was like, well, where? Well, where does that come from in your brain to call someone that? That shit fucked with my head, and I was like, wait, what?
Good. I'm not gonna explain it now.
Yeah. I don't think I get it. God. I was like, what does that even mean? Like,
I think you responded with, "Did you just call me pasta?"
yeah. What is wrong with you, dude?
What is a popular furry song?
I put one on for his.
Hmm.
I posted his the other day. It was "It's Okay to Be Furry."
I'm thinking like Werewolves of London. How about that, Jedi?
No,
I actually really like that song. Grateful Dead do a good version of that live.
it's probably like a baby shark doo 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 song.
Fortunately, my kids were too old for that. I didn't get tortured by it. I got to laugh with everyone else.
Man, see, they didn't have any fucking retarded shit when I was younger. I don't remember any of that. But then when my youngest little brother, it was Barney.
Mm.
He was obsessed with Barney. And then after Barney, those fucking Teletubbies.
Yeah.
That was
and then there was for my kid, my oldest was the Wiggles.
Oh no, yeah, I remember.
Australian man. And this is the best part. We were at SeaTac Airport, waiting for our luggage one time, and I kid you not, two of the Wiggles are standing there.
Oh no.
And we see them, we're like, oh shit, it's the fucking Wiggles. And so my son like does that. He's like probably 3 years old, right? He's doing that thing where he's like hiding behind your leg, you know. And we're like, come on, go talk to Greg Wiggle.
Yeah.
It was so funny. They were trying. He was too scared. But yeah, we met the Wiggles at the airport.
Fucking Wiggles. One of my ex's kids was into the Wiggles.
Yeah, I don't think did we have stuff like that? I mean, we had Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers, but it's not quite the same. I mean, it was a formula, but
it wasn't someone in a fucking suit.
Yeah, it was different, right? Like, I hope it was.
Well, I would much rather have puppets than fucking a dude dancing around in a big fluffy suit. No offense.
Right? Fuck you. Whatever.
I'd rather it be puppet.
No, I didn't even get that at first.
Yeah, I know you didn't.
And like, who would take offense?
Yeah, I didn't want you to fucking get butthurt, you know. It's just my preference.
Sure. Fucking asshole.
Oh my goodness. Oh wait, no, this one goes over here. I just did this one today.
Oh, nice. I got to go back and rewatch that Joker movie.
I mean, it wasn't bad.
No, and I remember enjoying it. I need to go watch it again. I've only seen it the once.
You just don't see how it's going to play into like Batman. You know what I mean?
Exactly. No, and that's it. And like they're gonna have the second one now, and
At
they're gonna
some
have
point,
Harley.
yeah, like, so how does Harley exist before
Batman, right?
Batman? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's weird. Yeah,
And I'm
but
sorry, but I'm not a Lady Gaga fan, so that doesn't appeal to me in any way.
no, she's kind of weird.
Yeah. Dude, honestly, I don't know much of her music. I could probably pick out a few of her songs if I heard it. I'm not gonna lie, and she's a fine singer, but it's not my kind of music. But like honestly, like the only thing I think of when I think of Lady Gaga is one time when I saw her like wearing some like meat
Meat? Yeah,
costume.
I was just about to say the same thing.
And I'm like, that told me everything I
haven't been,
need to know about you as a person. And
yeah, I've
basically, I don't
never
want to
been
know
able to
you as
look
a
at her the
person.
same way again. No, I'm the
Yeah,
same.
exactly.
Like, why the fuck did you do that? That was fucking
Yeah.
weird.
I don't ever need to know anything more about you. Yeah, I'm good.
Fuck. That's
Fucking
funny.
wearing a meat costume.
No, I remember it was like to the uh, uh, what is it? The music ones, the Grammys, or
I don't know
it
what it
was either the
was.
Grammys or MTV.
It was
MTV Award.
gross and it was like so amateur.
It was well, she was new and she was trying to, make herself fucking.
I guess. But see, I don't respect that kind of thing, right? Like I respect
Yeah.
talent. So like if you come out and you just fucking belt it out and you're amazing, I'll be like, holy shit. Even if I don't like the type of music, I might even actually listen to it, just because it's
Yeah.
like impressive. But
No,
no, a
I
meat
always say that
outfit, that
too.
doesn't impress me.
Yeah, no, good music is good music. Like
Exactly.
I don't care what genre it is, because like even in like my playlists and stuff like that, like I've got Spanish and I don't even speak Spanish. There's certain songs that just
Okay, well, to be
motherfuckers.
fair, it's all tango, so
Well, not just tango. No, not just tango. Like fucking Vicente Fernandez, like he's a mariachi kind of love song singer, and uh what's his name, the senior, uh not the dad, or not the kid, but I forget his name. But like there's some Spanish songs where I'm like, okay, it's
yeah.
just the rhythm and to this day I've seen God, I've seen so many bands live, so many hip hop and rappers live. I've never seen a more amazing performance than this fucking mariachi band. At a hotel restaurant in San Diego.
Huh.
It was the most craziest thing. Just some Marines were in there and they were requesting Metallica, right? And these fucking guys took the dude's money and played Metallica all through the restaurant. But sang it in Spanish. These guys knew all the words.
Nice.
They'd done this before. So it was like they were just waiting for a moment like that to shine.
Right?
And they played all the good songs. And it was just crazy how all those instruments, because there was like so many people in this
Do they
band.
still do that anymore? Like I remember the 90s, but even into the early 2000s, like you could go into any bar on a Friday or Saturday night and listen to live music. Like I haven't seen that in a
Some
long time. Like if I go to
there's
downtown Nashville, obviously I can, but
in certain
um
places, like you can, like in LA and stuff like that, because the Dresden always has a live band, I think, and uh there's some. I mean,
okay.
but yeah, most bars it's a DJ now because everybody's on that hip hop weird
Right.
shit.
Yeah, my wife and I went down to Broadway in Nashville a few weeks back, and they still have a really nice scene down there. Like you can pretty much go any night of the week, and it's pretty happening. But I mean it's Nashville.
Yeah,
Jedi wants to get you in trouble. Asking what's up with Katy Perry's drooping eyelid. I'll tell you exactly what's up with that. She took something that I didn't take.
Oh,
That's
is that from?
exactly what's up with that. And I'll say no more because I don't want to get Squatchy banned.
Oh, did she?
Have
Did
you not
she?
seen the video?
No, I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Oh my god, you gotta watch it. It's the creepiest thing. She cannot control her right eye.
Is it because of the vaccine?
Well, I mean, you make your own conclusions, but I mean, what else would cause something so creepy? Like, she cannot control her right eye. She keeps like pressing her finger to like her temple and it would open back up. It was the weirdest thing.
Damn, that's nuts. It just started freaking out on her.
Oh,
Or,
yeah. Yeah. And she's not the only one. There's been others. They just
yeah.
can't control, like, it's a palsy thing, you know? I mean, I don't know what happened to her. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but it was weird. Everyone
Yeah,
was talking about it, and it's like, well, I mean, it looks pretty similar to other stuff I've seen.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Now I got her song in my head.
I kissed a girl.
No, you're a
Oh.
firework. Because the movie, what is it called? The Interview.
Yeah, yeah.
I love that.
Oh yeah,
scene.
with that was the North Korean thing, right?
Yeah,
With
yeah.
yeah. That was the thing. They said that movie wasn't that great. I thought it was pretty funny.
No, that movie's hilarious.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
What's it called? That scene is something that is just, it's always in my head forever, just because of the way the music plays and everything. But just right when he shoots that fucking missile launcher, and then it just starts playing the song real like slow and
Yeah,
like
I think I
acapella.
do remember that now. Yeah.
And you just watch it, cause baby, you're a fire, and you're watching this dude getting blown the fuck away by the fucking missile. Just the cinematography and comedy of it, like,
Mm-hmm.
like, fuck, man, I love that shit.
Dude, I love that meme I sent you earlier today. I thought it was so epic. Like, you could make the best comic book out of that.
Yeah,
Kim Jong-un. Everybody thinks I'm a madman sending rockets into the missile,
yeah,
missiles into the water. Meanwhile, I'm the only one holding Godzilla back.
yeah. And
That
it's
would
like
be so epic.
this
For like a
burden that,
comic book.
yeah, he can't tell anyone,
Yeah, he can't tell anyone, the whole world fucking hates him, and here he's
Yeah,
like fighting
they all
Godzilla.
think they all think he's crazy and shit.
Dude, you gotta do it.
Ugh.
It's brilliant. So what is if you had to choose of all time, what is the funniest movie you've ever seen? For me, it's easy.
I'm probably gonna get shit on for saying this, but I'm gonna have to say Monty Python's Quest for the Holy Grail.
Yeah. I never enjoyed that movie. I thought it was so corny.
Just
I know, nobody likes me for saying that. For me, I mean, it'd be too easy to say Clerks. For me, honestly, like
I'm just
it's
not a
not even
Kevin
close.
Smith.
There is one movie that for me, just like it will leave me on the floor every single time, just dying. And that's super bad. Dude, I freaking love like the first 20 minutes of that movie alone. I would just watch it over and over and over. It is the most brilliant dialogue.
See, like, the first thing to come to mind was Monty Python's Quest for the Holy Grail, because it's something I can always turn on and laugh at, But like, there's probably way funnier movies but I just can't fucking.
I'm way too simple with my humor. Like, dude, fucking super bad, and I'm like dying.
Yeah. No, that's a good one. That's funny.
My wife and I saw that in theaters, and I the two of us like it hurt. Like just sitting there in the theater watching that movie, like it hurt. It was so damn funny.
There's another one I can't think of. There's a lot of good ones. It's fucking hard to pick them out. But yeah.
Have you seen Clerks 3 yet? I haven't seen it.
I don't think I've seen part 2.
You'd know if you saw 2.
Yeah, I didn't really like Clerks 1.
Wait, you didn't? What? It was so good.
I'm not a big fan of Kevin Smith. But
okay, well,
I liked
Mallrats was one of the greatest movies ever. Come on,
Mallrats and Dogma, I liked.
Mallrats was so good. That's like that movie for me was just so great. But I mean, Clerks was good. Clerks 2 wasn't nearly as good, but I mean, it was still funny. Clerks 3, I haven't seen it yet. I'm just, he's been going downhill.
Blazing Saddles.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, because like I am a Gene Wilder fan. Because like
Up in Smoke, yeah, Gene, that was good.
Yeah.
Up in Smoke was really, I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Spaceballs, I was never a fan of. But see, for me, like I'm weird. Like people like those spoof movies, and I've never been big on those.
See, it's because it's a Mel Brooks movie. The humor is just slapstick or however they call it.
Yeah, see, that has never appealed to me. I can't get into it.
Yeah.
Blazing Saddles, though, I did see the humor. I remember seeing it in college. We went for like a midnight showing at the student union. And I remember it was like, that's the movie where it's like, it kind of leaves you like jaw dropping. Like, did they just say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one, right?
Yeah.
You can't show that movie today.
You could never get away with that movie today.
No. Trying to think of other movies the big movies for me growing up was Dazed and Confused. I love that movie.
Yeah, that was a good one. Kitchen Eater, man.
Yeah, The Doors. I really enjoyed that movie. That was a good one. I just thought it was well directed.
Bro, okay. No, who fucking said
what?
this? Someone fucking talked about this, and it's been fucking with my brain since. Stand By Me. You familiar with the movie?
I fucking love it. I had the soundtrack on like a tape cassette growing up.
All right.
I read the story.
Yeah.
I used to love Stephen King.
Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah.
Named David, I think.
Okay.
In the movie. I'm not 100% sure, but I think his name's David, and this is where the conspiracy starts.
Okay.
Okay. He's the one that killed that kid.
Oh.
And they think that because the dude's older brother was missing. Someone's older brother was missing. And they think that David killed him too. Okay?
Okay.
So
you got to Stand By Me serial killer conspiracy.
This is where it's going to blow your mind. So he's on the run. He's a young kid. Where do kids go when they run away and stuff like that? Usually to the beach, right?
I guess.
To a beach in California where he meets a strange old man that gives him a certain present, and he becomes a vampire and starts leading a group of troubled youths.
I just knew like how you were going to say that.
And he is David from the Lost Boys.
His
soul was already lost. You know what I mean? Because he's already murdered and he was on the run. So this new lifestyle like was totally up to him, and he completely like had the charisma to lead another pack of people. and he just met a whole bunch of random kids on the boardwalk.
There you go.
And then now you have Lost Boys. You're welcome. Try and debate it. You can't.
Dude, tell me though, like as a kid, watching that scene with River Phoenix when he pulled the gun out of the sleeping bag.
Oh yeah. No, I know.
Dude, that was just like hell yeah. Like you can totally picture it as a kid, like what you would have done in that moment. You would be like, hell yeah, let's go fire that shit off.
Yep.
Oh man, I love that movie.
Yeah.
It was perfect because it's exactly as kids would behave in the moment, you know?
Oh yeah.
Like, I mean, like literally, I had that practical experience, you know, like my friend pulling out like it was a 22, like with birdshot and stuff, but still, it was like that moment where you're like, oh, the gun, right? You take it out, you go do something you're not supposed to, shoot birds, and
then fucking 15 years later, it's a fucking don't do drugs commercial where a kid's playing with a gun.
right? Isn't that ridiculous, dude? The shit we used to do, and I'm sorry, nobody's ever going to tell me that we were doing anything wrong. Like we were being fucking kids, you know. We were having fun. Yeah, we did dumb shit, but we were being kids, and there was nothing bad about what we were doing.
Yeah. But
They've made everything a crime.
You know what? When we were kids, we used to play guns.
Oh yeah, hell yeah!
When we were kids, you could buy little replica guns. Yeah, like because we had this dude, like my friend that I went to Universal Studios with on that street. We all played guns on that street, and fucking, we had a whole bunch of like handguns and stuff like that, and then other kids had rifles and shotgun looking things. We had one friend, Little Chris, that had a he was okay. His name was Little Chris, so that should tell you something.
He wasn't little.
He had a fake AK that looked like a real gun. It was like complete. Like we all had like the cowboy revolvers, and then some people had the like 45 looking things and stuff like that. But they were just cap guns that just pop, pop. But you didn't need the orange on the tip, you know. So it looked like we all had real guns and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
No one fucking batted an eye back in the day. You know,
like,
with just a whole bunch of kids out there playing guns and shit like that. And now, today, if you did that shit, people would be losing their minds.
Dude, the stuff we used to do as kids, like out in the neighborhood and stuff. Oh my god! And nobody ever called anyone. Like nobody cared. They're like, oh, like they would wait until your parents got home and like tell them, like, yeah, your kids are being shitheads, you know.
Yeah, but it was always just like kids being kids, you know?
Yeah, totally. Dude, we would start fires and stuff in the neighborhood. Nobody gave a damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had a story. I was going to give you some gold. Now I forgot what I was going to say.
Some of my fondest memories, man, were hanging out with that friend, and just, you know, like I had so many experiences with that friend, you know, that shaped me into me.
Yeah.
You know, like, and I owe it a lot to my friendship with him, and like being able to.
Well, and that's the problem with today, like with the, like all of society today. Like they take all of the they make everything so safe, right? And they forget that a lot of the interesting things in life come from kind of living on the edge once in a while, right? And like especially as you're a kid, like that's your chance to do that, you know, and it shapes you. It totally does. It shapes who you're going to become, what risk you're going to take later in life, your creativity, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hey, I'm going to give you some gold right now. I remembered the story I was going to tell. So when I was a kid, so my name's Dave, obviously. And I was obsessed with fucking Davy Crockett.
Oh shit! You used to wear the fucking hat, huh?
Dude, my parents took me down to Disney World and they got me a coonskin cap and the freaking rifle. Okay, I freaking wore that shit everywhere I went, dude. I was Davy Crockett. Like
Here,
I lived that shit.
I'm gonna
Okay.
give you something right now.
What?
So did I.
I
I wore that shit to school. I wore that shit everywhere. I loved my raccoon hat. I loved that shit. I think I ended
Dude,
up
that was
having
a
2 of them
badass
before I
hat,
ripped.
right?
No, it
I
was
wish
the
I had
hat.
one today.
Yeah, it was the best hat.
It was.
And I remember you only got them at Disneyland and shit.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, dude, I had the rifle too. And back then, dude, that was like hardwood, like steel. Like that was like the real deal, right? I've been to Disney World since, and that shit is totally fake compared to what I had as a kid. Like it was solid. Like you were gonna hurt somebody with that thing. Okay. And so my well, in the summers when we were off school, when my mom went back to work, they had a friend of the family come, like a teenager, come and babysit us.
Uh,
And I was a wild little kid, you know, I would do all kinds of stuff. Like no joke, like I would burn shit down and like I was crazy. And there was one day where I was mad at my sister or something. We were playing in the basement and I grabbed my Davy Crockett rifle and I freaking started chasing her, right? And the babysitter's there. And the babysitter's trying to get me to stop. And I just thought it was funny. So I kept like kind of like using it like a bayonet, you know? And before I know it, I got the babysitter and my sister locked in my babysitter's closet. They're terrified. And I'm sitting there laughing my ass off with this rifle banging on the door, right? Like, because I know I got them trapped in there and they're scared shitless. Oh, you know, I'm dumb, I think it's funny as hell. Well, when my parents got home though, they found all the little like oval, like the little circular shaped holes that I'd put in the door from banging the rifle into it. But yeah, it's a good story now because they still tell my family how I scared the babysitter into the closet.
I'm the reason my friend's nephew came early. So
you sure you want to tell this one?
So I'm a huge fan of the original Scream movie, the very first one.
Yeah.
I just thought it was brilliant, you know, and so I kind of would fuck with friends, you know, because we drove and a lot of friends didn't and stuff like that when the movie came out in high school. And so one night we're all just watching scary movies at a friend's house, and my friend's sister was pregnant, and fucking we're all watching. She was watching Scream for the first time, and I had the suit and everything in the car and everything. So I went, like I was going to smoke, and fucking went and put the suit on, and came up in the hallway, you know, from the backyard and everything. And you know, I'm 6'4", so it's a tall.
Oh, geez. Dude, the scariest would be to be in the garage. That was the scariest scene.
Well, the whole house is dark, and she's walking down the hallway, and I'm standing in front of the door to the bathroom. You can't see me until you get close enough to the door because of the distance from the hallway wall and everything. So you can't see me when you first turn that corner. And when she got about halfway there, I popped out and I was like, "What's your favorite scary movie?" Water broke.
Oh shit! You're such a dick.
I know. And she had to go to the hospital and have the baby. made
Did
it
you
there
say
to
you
have.
were sorry? Or did you just laugh?
I just laughed, but yeah, I mean, I
Sucks to
eventually,
be you.
yeah, I got shit for it,
Yeah,
and
what can you do?
everything, but
Yeah.
they were just so excited to have the baby,
Yeah.
but yeah, I
So
totally
you know the
wrecked
food
her
trooper?
fucking week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. So the food trooper that you guys all know, that got its start by we were in Target one time and we saw it and I mentioned to my wife, I'm like, oh yeah, I'd like to have that and shit. So she must have bought it. And a few months later I got it for Christmas. But we've used it for a long time before even YouTube, and we put the cat helmet on. But we used to use it because we all grab it once in a while, and we'll put it just outside the door wherever somebody else is. Like if they go to the bathroom or something, you put it just outside. Dude, it has been freaking hysterical. Oh my god, listening to people scream when they think somebody's standing outside the door on them.
Yeah.
And it's like a little child too, so it's like
Yeah.
extra creepy.
Yeah, it's like Chucky coming to get you.
Dude, the best is like if like when my wife and I are like arguing or something, right? And we're like not talking, I'll take that thing and I'll just like put it in front of the door and it'll really piss her off. And she can't help but laugh though.
Yeah, there's certain ways where you can just get them out of their funk by fucking with them.
Exactly. So yeah, fuck you.
Because then they're just like, he makes me laugh.
Exactly.
You're like, yes, I do.
Speaking of which, this sounds like she's probably asleep now. It sounds like a good night to put the plastic wrap up in front of her door.
I mean, it is Halloween.
Hey, right? I've been waiting to do that one. I really enjoy the tape, the Scotch tape on the sprayer on the sink. Dude, that one cracks me up every time. And she has never laughed. She gets so angry every time. And it doesn't matter because it makes me laugh so hard. You just put the tape on it and it's like facing right at them. They hit the sink and boom, they get it. Oh, she gets so mad. And I just don't care. I think it's so funny.
I'm a big dude, but for some reason I'm quiet. Like I can creep up quietly. And that's my number one scare thing is I can just sneak up to someone really quietly and just fucking give them the fucking scare of their life real quick. I was like, where's Johnny Depp? And then I forgot he's in the second one.
No, he's in the first one. He died in the first one. Right?
He does? I thought he's in the second one with his nunchucks. Remember?
No, isn't he the boyfriend that dies on the ceiling in the first one?
Wait, that's what I think I just saw.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he dies in the first. I mean, it's been a really long time since I've seen it, but
I thought he was in the second one.
no, I think he's in the first. He's the boyfriend that gets dragged up on the ceiling and gutted.
No, but they haven't played the song yet, and I remember that because he's working out with the nunchucks to "I'll give you anything, diamonds and pills," whatever that song is.
I gotta go look this up. Hold on.
I think it's part 2. I don't think he's in the
Johnny
first one.
Depp.
I'm pretty sure it's the second one because he has a nunchuck scene.
We're gonna find out. You sound nervous.
I don't know. I mean, I can't fucking guarantee, but I'm pretty sure.
Oh. Filmography.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Song. What? Music? What the hell is this? He did music? Don't care about any of that stuff. Nobody cares about
What color are his fucking eyes?
Johnny Depp?
No, Freddy.
I don't know.
They're brown, I think.
Okay, early roles.
Why don't you
Nightmare on
just type in
Elm
Nightmare on Elm
Street.
Street,
No
IMDb?
acting experience. He ended up acting by accident, thanks in part to catching the eye of Craven's daughter. He landed the main character's boyfriend, one of Freddy Krueger's victims. Yeah, he was in the first one. Yeah, he was the boyfriend in the first one.
Hold on.
Come on, you better know this. You're doing the freaking cover. Who's this cover for? Is this a
First
commission?
No, this ain't a commission. This is just me. He was in the first one. Who's the fucking Ninchuk guy?
I don't know. I don't remember.
They
The
play
second
that.
one. Wasn't the second one where he like was like a big like lizard or a snake or something? Wait, why do you have him in the background?
Who?
Freddy. You got two Freddys.
I know. This is just gonna be like a silhouette background.
Okay. Oh, that makes that, dude. Have you done mine yet?
No, I haven't got your book. I haven't got your book yet.
Okay, good. On the front cover, I want you to do like a 70s style like portrait of the lantern squirrel. You know, where he's like looking off into the distance. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no,
like a Napoleon Dynamite style. Like
looking off, like, gosh.
Yeah, I want that for the front cover. And then my idea for the back cover.
Don't call me a furry, but do me a furry book.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to put it like that, though. That's kind of rude.
I'm not shaming you. Just, stating the contradiction that you did, He's like, you don't gonna shame me, asshole.
Dude, that's getting like photo real.
That's the fun thing about good paper is you can do that shit.
Is that what it is?
Well, when it's the good paper, you can blend and alcohol markers are kind of they have the ability to be like watercolors if you use
because it's not sitting on top of the paper; it's blending into it. Yeah, I get it. But have you ever had it go through the paper?
Oh yeah, it goes through.
Oh wow.
But I mean,
does it always do that?
Yeah, but it doesn't affect this.
Okay.
It doesn't go that far. But it's good paper only on the black one. The red one has the shitty paper.
Weird.
And they both were released the same day, which is super weird. But this one has good paper that you can blend on. And like, how many colors did I fucking pack on here and it doesn't get glossy? You know what I mean? Like,
no, it's not glossy at all.
You'll see certain
natural.
Certain covers that I work on. If I start putting too much black, then you'll get glossy black lines. And it's just the paper. And what's it called? For some reason, this is one of those that doesn't have a back, but it's just the front paper, but it's still good. It's just some companies, they got it down, and some just fucking, like Marvel, just fucking will skimp on whatever they fucking possibly can to save money.
Which is dumb, because if the purpose is for sketches, like, why skimp on that? Like, that's just dumb.
And it's like, and when I look at other sketch artists, you can tell, like, oh, I see why you did it like that, because it's a fucking Marvel cover. That's why I want to I'm gonna once I have some spare money, I'm gonna whatchamacallit, I'm gonna make a comic book, you know, with the same paper that Squatchy and Foo's sketch covers, because that's good paper.
Yeah.
It's really good paper. And I'm just gonna do like a greatest hits of all the sketch covers I've done on the inside.
Yeah, that's
You
a
know what
cool
I mean?
idea. I like
And
that.
then the front will just have like my Squatch symbol, really small. It's not gonna be huge or anything. And then the rest will just be blank. So then I can do any fucking character anybody wants.
Right.
And I don't have to buy sketch covers or anything. You know what I mean? So like
Save
I can,
yourself some time. Just print some Green Lantern on the cover because that's what everyone wants.
but this is the thing. I can do a Green Lantern on it, and I don't have to worry about the logo anymore. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Right.
Because like
Yep.
that's another thing where it's like fuck it. You know, like sometimes that fucks it up because like I don't got the book for it. So like I
Hey, I'll
can't.
be right back. But
Yeah,
this one's looking good. Like I said, photorealistic. It looks just like James. I'll be right back.
it looks just like. It looks just like James. Who's a dick? This fucking guy. He's probably pouring himself another bourbon. Yep, I sure do. I got all the covers left still. But gonna have to get one of the mailing services because I don't do international. I love you, man, but just don't do international. It's too expensive, and I absolutely hate having to go to the stupid post office, and especially with how nasty, dirty everyone is in the city I live in. That is just not an option. I have 4 friends that have caught COVID, and the only place they can think of that they got it from was the goddamn post office. So there's just no way in hell I'm fucking going to the post office for anyone. It would have to be a lot of money to motivate me to go there. Because I'd be risking my life.
I'm back.
Yeah. Had to pour yourself another bourbon.
Yep.
Old Bourbon Street Dave on Halloween.
You still have more Squatchy Foo seat covers left. Oh, Gene's gonna get a Squatchy and Foo sketch.
He's going to have to get a mailing service first, I was telling him.
Oh, okay.
I was just telling him, I was like, I know 4 people that got COVID and they think they got it from the post office. So that's a place I will not go to.
For real?
Yeah. My homeboy that owns the shop I worked at, he had told me that shit too.
Have you had it yet?
No. I wear a mask and I fucking stay out of people's business. You know what I mean?
I think I've had it, but like I got over it in a day.
Well, see, you know what? There were in January. There was a time I got so sick, it put me out for like 2 weeks, and I couldn't work. I was absolutely just fucking fucked.
Why
And
do you think it wasn't that then?
well, just because it was a fucking sickness that I thought, like, I literally was like, damn, I'm gonna die, probably. You know what I mean? Like, it was weird. It was
No,
like
I'm not
so
that
fucked.
lucky.
But like, it wasn't like a cold. Like, I didn't have a runny nose or anything like that. It was just a
Yeah.
weird sickness that fucked me up. And it was like 2 weeks. Like, literally, I could only lay in bed. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't function. I couldn't focus. I couldn't smoke, but I still did. My brain will fuck with me way more than the sickness will.
Right.
I gotta keep that beast confined.
You just gotta take some. You just gotta take more shallow breaths, is all.
You know what I mean? I just gotta keep that beast locked away.
Well, yeah, you know, it's like, well, if I'm gonna be miserable, at least I'll be, miserable in a
still gonna
different
be.
way.
Yeah, but
Yeah, no, totally. And then afterwards, after you're done smoking, you're like, damn, I'm so sick. You
Yeah.
really just sigh.
and you're like, because you're like, you feel that you made your throat worse.
Right?
You know, you're like,
Meanwhile,
God,
you're just stoned.
yeah, you're stoned and you're like focused on feeling shitty.
You're like, damn, that cold medicine really fucked me up. Oh wait, I didn't take it yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking, I hate being sick.
Whoa, Gene. Wow. I'm sorry to hear that,
Oh
man.
shit! I just saw that.
That's like,
Yeah, that
big.
sucks, dude.
Wow, man.
See what I'm saying though?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why I don't fuck with COVID, dude. Like, sorry. Like, I'm not gonna fucking get no fucking vaccine, but at the same time, like, I'm not gonna catch that shit.
Vitamin D. Vitamin D.
And vitamin THC. But I think also there's a certain blood. I think I'm the blood type that can't get it. Because I think RH negative, you can't.
I don't even know my blood type.
RH negative is said to be alien.
Yeah, you got alien blood. There you go.
Would that explain a lot about me?
Sasquatch DNA and alien blood type.
Well, they say that Sasquatch are aliens.
Well, yeah, Chewbacca, I know.
Yeah.
I don't understand why you don't embrace the Chewbacca theory.
No, I'm fine. I like Chewbacca, but he's got a dog nose and it drives me crazy.
Well, hold on. We don't have a clear enough picture of Sasquatch to say that it's not a dog nose.
Oh, I mean,
You don't get to choose what Sasquatch looks like. It either is or it isn't, but you don't get to decide.
well, this is the thing. I base almost all of my knowledge on what they look like based on two people's word of mouth, and that's my aunt and uncle and what they saw. And my uncle and aunt describe them a certain way that just doesn't look like that one in the video, you know, this right here.
Right.
It didn't look like that to him.
I'm sorry,
The
but
way
that
he
one's
described
fake.
it, the way
That's a
he
suit.
described it was, if you imagine Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with hair glued to him, like real patchy, not fully solid everywhere. You know, like the chest was kind of bare, and the way that he described the face, it was like human, but
Like
looking
he
like
had a disease?
like it looked like a caveman. No, not really. Just the hair wasn't growing everywhere, and it was more thin, spread out. It didn't look like a fur coat. You know what I mean?
Was it a hip?
Like, you know when you see a real hairy human, and they've
Like
got
a
that
hippie?
curly, like the curly hair, the fucking Italians and fucking people from Greece, you know, and you see them and they're fucking their whole backs full of hair and shit like that.
Yeah, okay.
And if people from Greece or Italians end up watching this and get offended, look, y'all are hairy motherfuckers, all right?
No, they know. They know.
They know, right?
They
Like,
know.
so, but what's it called? The way he described it was like, you know, a big ass NBA basketball player, but like with sporadic, you know, hair.
So like an
not,
Italian Larry Bird.
yeah,
Like, sorry, a Grecian Larry Bird.
but with grayish skin and looking like a caveman kind of with the brow being, you know, sticking out, and you know the eyes look like
So it
cave.
wasn't fully furry. You could see the skin through the fur.
Yeah, he said he saw a lot of the skin.
That's gross, and I never want to see that. That's disgusting.
Yeah,
I don't know why, but I picture that as very gross, and it's like appealing to very parts of me that just make me want to puke.
yeah. He said it was very like it didn't look like it was unhealthy, and then you got to imagine the female is a little.
Where's
bit shorter.
Ivan? We're getting into this stuff, and where's Ivan?
I don't know, but
I'm disappointed. Anyway, go on.
The female, because the way that he saw it, they're going like in a roundabout, like, so where's the marker? I'm gonna draw on the back. Okay, so the road they were going on comes like this. All right, and there's trees, forest, unbuilt, you know, everything. And then way further up is a house. And then far away from that is the house they were leaving. And they were having to go on the roundabout. Right before this of the roundabout, my uncle's in a Suburban. He gets stopped and it's snowing. So this is all white. He gets stopped by the male standing in the road, and it kind of puts his hands towards the front of the truck and just stares at my uncle dead on. Okay. Then the female comes from out here and crosses the road like that. And then as soon as they said they saw the female, and it took 1, 2, and then was in the snow on the other side. And once it got past the first tree, you couldn't see anymore. And my aunt describes it as like, by the time it got to the tree, it was like its hair almost seemed translucent and blended, like the way the shine of the hair and everything. So once it got towards the tree, it looked like it was blending into the tree and walked off. Then the male lifts its arm, takes one step, and is gone in the trees. And that's basically how. And then so they turn around, leave, and then they come back the next morning with a camera, and they were taking pictures of the footprints going into the, you know, each trackway. So you had the female trackway and the male trackway. And they were taking.
And they got pictures of it?
Yeah, of the trackways. With their hands next to it and stuff like that.
I mean, if it wasn't for the pictures of the tracks, I'd say it sounds totally plausible that was Stevie and his girlfriend.
Except for it was tall as fuck. Stevie's short little fucking. Stevie's like the clown from Spawn.
Come on. The clown from Spawn? What's his name? Oh, God.
The, whatchamacallit, the
I know.
sublimator, or what is it?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
The clown from Spawn.
Say I'm wrong.
I can't believe Ivan's missing all this. He's gonna kick himself.
All the old stories.
He prides himself on always being there for the IG shows.
Yeah.
He's missing the good stuff.
He was here, wasn't he?
I thought so.
I hope I didn't just create a cardinal sin by
Yeah, he was here.
starting the green on the wrong where it's not supposed to go. Because Nightmare on Elm Street just ended, so I don't have a reference anymore. Because you know how people get on your case if you do the American flag wrong.
One of the first dates my wife and I ever went on was we went to the movies to go see Freddy vs. Jason.
That's what's coming on next.
It was the first movie we ever watched.
That's funny. Oh, so that's why you bought that book. It was like a happy anniversary, honey.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it now. Why the fuck would they randomly, from Nightmare on Elm Street, you know what movie Tubi put on next?
What's that?
Take a wild guess.
After Nightmare?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Gone in 60 Seconds.
What?
Like, you would think they'd put a horror movie on.
Yeah.
You always knew you were getting a Freddy movie right when you heard that.
Oh, yeah. I love those horror movies as a kid. Like, you always felt like you were getting away with something. Like, my parents never cared either. But even still, I felt like I was getting away with something when you would watch them.
Oh, yeah. Not at my house. I couldn't watch them, you know, like on the TV. But at my friend's house, every Friday night, when you stay the night, then we got to go to Blockbuster, choose a movie. His mom, this is the ignorance of a young child. Okay, we loved Friday nights. His dad worked late on Friday nights. Okay, so his dad would. It was like out of town. Okay. This is how stupid we were at the time. And this was every weekend. His dad would work in Arizona. And so I would stay the night. And then, so me and my buddy Lance, we'd get to rent movies at Blockbuster. And then his mom would order like 3 pizzas and had like 2 liters of sodas. And then had like cookies and snacks and candy and stuff like that. All just set out, right? And then her friend.
Those were the days.
Over. All right. Her friend would come over and they'd go upstairs. But we never thought twice about it because we were watching movies, we were eating pizza, we just got done playing an epic game of guns outside with little Chris and the guys. And we never fucking gave it 2 thoughts until we got older and realized that when his parents split up, it was because his mom was cheating every weekend while the dad was gone. She would put us in the downstairs living room, and we would hear someone come over, and then she says, "Okay, well, we're gonna go watch our movies upstairs." And we weren't awake by the time the person was leaving. We never even saw his mom after that because she would let us rent whatever fucking movie we wanted. We were watching the most horrible movies kids could watch. And fucking like the nudity and the sex and just everything, right? And the whole time she was cheating on her husband.
That's crazy.
And we never really like put it together until we were older. And it was like, oh my god,
You're a
like,
part of it all.
yeah, like, and like, and sometimes he would have to like pick the pizza up, the friend, and so like it would be like she was talking to the pizza guy, and we never gave two shots. We were kids. We didn't go to the door when the pizza man came, so we didn't
Right.
know that the pizza man was actually the guy she was seeing, and he walked upstairs.
Oh, it's terrible.
You know what I mean?
Oh man.
But like,
Right in front of the
that's,
kids. That's
oh
awful.
my, dude, I'm telling you, it was like, what? But it was like, fuck, back in the day, that shit was, like, it was just
Yeah.
like, as a kid, you're oblivious to that kind of shit because you weren't thinking about parents cheating and,
Oh yeah, no, that
oh,
happened right
his
down the
mom's
street
up
from
there
us. It
having
was
sex
the
right now.
pastor's wife was getting with the principal of our elementary school.
It's just so nuts.
I tell you what though, so I remember when Blockbuster came around, but I'm a few years older than you, so I remember before Blockbuster too. For me, it was West Coast Video, and you would get a
For us,
free bag of popcorn
uh,
with every movie rental, and that was like the thing. Like, dude, you got free popcorn? Oh, hell yeah! But
yeah,
I remember the horror movie for me growing up, like where I really, really thought I was getting away with something. I remember my friends and we would rent this, and like they couldn't believe my parents would let us rent this because my parents didn't watch the movie with
I know
us.
what you're about to say.
What?
Faces of Death.
No, but that one is wild. No, even that one, my
Yeah, I was
parents knew
gonna
not to
say,
let
I
us
was like,
watch, but we did sneak that. No, I know, dude. One of the kids put that on the school like monitors. Like, oh man.
yeah. I was gonna
But
say, like,
no.
I couldn't believe that this was it wasn't in a Blockbuster, but there was a place called Video Time, and they had all that like shit you just
Oh
it was
yeah,
hard to
dude.
find.
Any video place back in the mid 80s, you could find Faces of Death. It was normal.
Yeah.
Totally. But no, the movie I'm thinking of was Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Oh yeah,
Have you ever
that's
seen
fucking
that?
good. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, as a kid, that was the movie for me. I was just like, oh shit, dude. He's like a Santa, he's like killing people, and then like,
Yeah.
they had the nudity in it, of course, and I was a little kid. It was like, what the hell?
Oh, dude, man, that and The Last House on the Left, like even we would watch some of the old stuff too.
Yeah.
And oh, dude, I remember a lot of movies being fucked, like Dr. Giggles, the first original Candyman.
Oh, Candyman was great. I love that movie.
Maximum Overdrive with the car,
Yeah, that was good.
all the electric stuff, like just that lawnmowers fucking people up, and just that shit was nuts.
Yep.
Oh man, there's so much good '80s horror.
Oh hell yeah.
That's why I
Some of
like
it was like
Scooby.
really cheesy too, like very forgettable. And yet it still sticks with me. Like I remember this one movie, Blood Diner, where
Oh yeah,
like the movie is like they're in this diner and they're like cooking up body parts and serving it up to people. So like the fries were like people's fingers and stuff. It was totally ridiculous, but like it was like, oh man, this is so crazy.
you know what's weird is I have these memories of certain movies, and then I finally came around one of them, and it was like I can't believe that I was allowed to rent this as a kid.
Yeah.
And it was like super, like and I can't remember the name of the movie, and like anytime I've ever mentioned it, no one's in it. They're like gay, but it's like I'm not the one that fucking made the movie. I remember seeing it.
What movie?
Okay, well, the one that I
If you
found.
say Brokeback Mountain.
No. It's some crazy horror movie about some killer lady. But the first one I found was this one movie I remember we watched that it was like an anthology, I think, or it was just an older movie, but it was like this giant tit, and it fucking would shoot out fucking radioactive milk.
Did you say tit?
Yeah, booby. It was just this big, giant, like Godzilla-sized titty that was just destructing this fucking city and squirting fucking milk, radioactive acid milk on people and stuff like
What
that.
the fuck are
And then
you
I was like,
watching?
yeah. And for the longest time, I was like, was I a fucking? Did I imagine that and everything? But
Yes,
then I
you
ended up.
did.
No, I didn't. It was a fucking movie, and
No,
so
you
then
made
that
it.
makes no. Then that takes me to the movie where I think people are gonna be like, "What?" Okay, so like that's a movie where I was like, "Did I get Mandela effect?" You know, like, and that didn't happen, but it did because I found the movie. It's some kind of giant titty, some shit. All right, but one movie that fucked with me, you know,
Draw this on
is
Ivan's next X-Files book.
yeah,
The giant titty.
yeah. But there's this one movie, right? And it was like this lady. She's like this fucking. She's a serial killer and she hates men, right? And like she deals with a lot of men. She's like this like fancy business lady and shit, right? And like you find out she's like killing these guys and stuff like that. And then she's like interviewing this like young lady and talking to this young lady that's like looking for like her brother or boyfriend. I was a kid when I watched this movie and I only saw it once. But so this chick comes into the lady's like private office, and it's like, you know, like how hunters have mounds of animal heads everywhere in their like special areas and stuff. This
I
was
don't know
all
about mounds, but okay,
well, not
sure.
mounts, no mounts, like the
Mounds.
wall
Okay. Yeah,
plaques,
yeah,
you know,
yes, yes.
the wooden plaque, and then it's got a head on it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this lady's office was full of plaques, but they had dicks on them. All right, she would kill the motherfuckers, and
It's
then
about this time that Squatchy got excited. Go on.
no, I'm just saying, like this is why
I'm just saying.
people would go, "Grr," you know. But like, I swear to God, as a kid, I saw this movie and it was like disturbing as all fuck because you're not like when you're that
Squatchy
young.
sees a room full of dicks and
Yeah,
it haunts
because
his dreams.
because when you're fucking young as hell, you're not exposed to too many dicks other than your own. You know what I mean? Like you may have caught like an eye of your dad, you know, at one point, you know, or some shit. Like that's usually what happens to most kids. They'll at a young age they'll see their dad or some shit like that. But other than that, until you start watching porn or looking at Playboy or whatever, like I don't think there's dicks in Playboy, but fucking, you know what I mean? You're not exposed to very many fucking adult penises. You know what I mean?
I'm just trying to stay quiet so I can clip all of this.
You know what I'm saying though? Is like you're not exposed to that kind of shit, and then fucking when you see that in a movie, and I've always been curious what the name of that fucking movie was. You know what I mean? Because it was like, did I fucking have a nightmare of some lady
with a
you
room
know?
full of dicks?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or was this a real movie? But I do remember, you know what I mean?
Oh, God.
Watching it. That it was
Squatchy
a movie.
has dreams of room full of dicks and he's not sure if it's real.
I'm telling you, it's a fucking disturbing fucking movie for men. You know what I mean? Like,
God.
it was just one of those fucking movies, but I remember it so vividly that like it can't be a dream if I still remember it to this day, you know? Like it had to have been real, but I can't for the life of me like
Yeah, there's no movie with a room full of dicks, Squatchy.
no,
That's
I'm
just
sure
your
there
head.
is, but at the same time,
Yeah.
like how I was saying, I can't for the life of me Google search that. You know what I mean? Like, what was the name of that movie? I'm not typing that
room
into
full
Google.
of dicks?
Yeah, I'm not fucking typing that in.
What movie had a room full of mounted dicks?
Yeah, and it made it impossible for me to ever like is the movie real or not? You know, because like I ain't ever gonna fucking
Don't
look.
worry, Jedi Farce is on the job. Oh, that's great. Oh man,
Yeah, it was just one of those movies.
we
And
need to clip that nose short.
and I remember a lot of other movies that, and it's funny too because it's like because of certain ways of the movie that you remember. Like I can remember that I was eating.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Oh
I was like, oh
totally.
yeah, I was
I
eating macaroni
remember
and
sitting
cheese
in the
when I watched
theater
that.
for Empire Strikes Back for E.T. I remember exactly where I was in the theater.
What is there a movie that isn't necessarily a sad movie? Like, what's the most odd movie that ever like made you like get emotional, like it maybe even cry?
Uh,
And there's no judgment here because mine's gonna make you laugh.
I don't know. That's offhand.
You don't have.
I'm not sure.
Okay, I'll just go ahead and say mine then.
What's that?
Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
You said no judgment.
I know. And I'll tell you the scene right now with no words.
What's that?
You know, remember that scene?
When he's melting?
Yeah, and then he put his thumbs up because that was the thing. Like he was like giving the Terminator the thumbs up, and then the Terminator finally fucking was like, "Thumbs up, kid." It just melts into the lava.
That made you lose it.
I was a kid, man. My dad took me and my friend to see Terminator 2, and I cried at the end because it
That's
was so
awesome.
sad. I was so emotional for the T1 and something.
That's great.
Because that movie coming out, like, you know, like you had seen part one, you know, and like I said, like it was my Friday nights with my friend.
Yeah.
And part one was something that we rented all the time. You know, like it was like.
Yeah, because you had to rent it, right? Like if you wanted
Yeah.
to see it again, you had to go rent it again.
Yeah, and Terminator was one of those ones that it was
Oh,
always
yeah.
like, yeah, let's watch Terminator again.
Hell
Like
yeah.
we had our go-tos. It was always, I kid you not, every Friday night, Aliens was one of the rentals. Every time.
Aliens was fucking
Sometimes
amazing.
sometimes we'd do Alien and Aliens.
See,
But
the first one used to bore me more as a kid. As an adult, I get it more, but as a kid, I found it a little slower. But Aliens, oh my god, dude,
Well, see,
that was the
Alien,
creepiest movie.
now that you're older, you can
Yeah,
appreciate Alien more because it's a psychological thriller. But
exactly.
as a young kid, it's all about the visuals and the special effects, and Aliens was just
Oh
action
god,
packed and
it
just
was insane.
constantly. Yeah. So it was one of our rentals every time. It was always one of our, we would get to choose like 3 or 4 movies, and Aliens was always number 1. And then number 2 was we'd almost always also get Predator.
Oh, that was another good one. So when I went down to Mexico, um they had street vendors that would sell things like chiclets and all kinds of like
Yeah.
chips and stuff, you know. But the one that was closest to the house where I lived, they sold movie posters. My mom was so mad because when I came home, I was supposed to bring stuff home for everyone, and my suitcase was full of chips and movie posters. That was all I brought back. but it was all Arnold Schwarzenegger movie posters. Like I had Commando, I had all of them.
Yeah.
Oh, that was I loved that stuff as a kid.
Yeah, dude. That- oh man, like I loved horror movies. I still do, but like as a kid, it was
I
like
don't like them as much anymore. Like I don't even know how to describe it, but it's like they got too real. I don't know. I like the old slashers.
see, I love all the old stuff, even the slasher movies and stuff, but to this day, like I still gravitate to the same stuff, and there's got to be a monster, or there's got to be an alien,
Oh
or
yeah,
it's
no, I love that stuff too. Yeah,
you know what I
totally.
mean, like
Yeah.
or it's got to have dinosaurs. Like it's got to be there's got to be some kind of creature. I need some kind of creature or some kind of alien in the movie, or it's just
No,
so
totally,
like
totally.
I end up
I yeah,
watching.
I like outer space stuff too. Like, but
Yeah,
that generally involves the same type of stuff. Yeah.
yeah, but like I guess sci-fi, but at the same time, like I'm fine with just like a killer animal or something like that. Like I'd
Well,
much
think of it
rather
this
have a
way. Like,
creature
what
than
game
a.
did you play growing up? Like, what was the first video game you ever played? And I'm leading you somewhere with this, but
I want to
it's probably
say
one of the very first.
the
Maybe
one
not
of the
the
very
first.
first would be on Atari, and it was like the guy jumping on the crocodiles and stuff, and
Oh, Pitfall. Yeah, that's a good one. How about Oregon Trail?
oh yeah, no, that is at school, yeah, as a kid,
Right?
yeah,
So, like, that's the thing though, right? Like, even as a kid, like the first games we played, it was all about adventure and exploration
yeah,
and like taking a risk, right? Like going to
mm-hmm.
explore something new and not knowing what is out there. You're just like blindly going into the wilderness. And like that was like you think about like even like our parents like they watch like westerns and stuff, right? Like they're out there on the wilderness and stuff like so we very much kind of grew up in that kind of environment, and I think space was like kind of the natural next step for like us. Like for me, like the reason I like sci-fi is just an extension of that sense of exploration and
Oh
adventure,
yeah,
like
yeah,
into the
yeah.
wilderness and the wild frontier, right? Like we've explored all of ours here, so space seems like the natural next endeavor. But like that's what it's all about, and it's that fantasy, right? So like fantasy works too because it's kind of like an alternate reality where magic exists or whatnot, but
See,
or superheroes, whatever.
with me, it was dinosaurs. I was
Oh yeah.
obsessed with dinosaurs, and I don't feel like kids today get that same amazement with
They
dinosaurs.
do when they're young. Like my son could tell you every single dinosaur name. And I've seen that with a lot of younger kids, but they lose it a lot quicker than we did.
Yeah, because I always thought like all kids, and then when I was around like ex's kids and stuff like that, none of them were into dinosaurs and stuff, and I'm like, how is a kid that young not?
Right?
Yeah.
Freaking giant lizard with giant teeth that can eat you in one bite. What's not to like?
Whoever M7 is, no, I don't like Deadpool. Yes, I smoke weed. I don't eat Denny or Wendy's. I know how to roll a blunt better than
Hey,
Smitty.
hold on, this is awesome. Making random observations about live streams. Hold on, we gotta evaluate this. I'm
Yeah.
guessing you like Deadpool.
No.
I've
Negative.
never heard Squatchy talk about Deadpool ever.
Yeah.
You smoke weed. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, he
That's
does.
obvious because, like, literally
Well,
2 inches away, there's weed.
right.
So
Okay. So, but you don't know how to roll a blunt. You know what? To be honest, I don't know that I've ever seen Squatchy roll a blunt, but I have absolutely zero reason to believe he doesn't know
I
how.
I grew
Okay.
up.
You like Wendy's. I don't know that I've ever heard Squatchy profess his love for Wendy's.
Wendy's.
I mean, he might. I mean, Wendy's has a good
It's
burger now and then, but he's never like been
No,
like, oh, I just love Wendy's every week,
they've-
you know. And
Wendy's has never made a fucking good burger. I'm sorry, that's the soggiest burger you can get.
I mean, the '90s Wendy's. They, you know, back when Dave was alive, they were pretty good. But
I don't know.
okay, so hold on. You had a dog at some point named Cuddles. That I don't know. You'll have to tell us.
No, I had a dog once named Bishop after the droid and Aliens.
Well, there you go. Did you ever have a cuter sounding dog name?
No. No.
Squatchy is a Taco Bell guy. Okay, I'm totally buying that.
It's all right.
But he's gonna be all pissed off, and this is where Squatchy's gonna go full on freaking hipster. Like, I don't eat Taco Bell. I'm from California. I eat only authentic tacos.
No,
and blah 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 blah.
I just would
he's
prefer...
gonna about to go off, and he's gonna tell you how you can't have lettuce on your tacos.
No, I'd prefer
Whatever.
Del Taco over Taco Bell.
I've had Del Taco. It's not even that good.
It's better than Taco Bell.
I completely agree with that.
Yeah, no, this guy's just
actually no.
Cool.
Del Taco wasn't that bad. Actually, it was pretty good. I take that back. Del Taco was good.
It's probably fucking I Am or one of those old trolls that fucking used to be Dean Cain, and they just come in here mouthing off, talking shit. They see my fatness, and then it's like, oh, you eat Wendy's all the time, and you smoke weed because you're probably fat and lazy.
Well, I don't understand what it's the sin of omission though here. Notice the one thing that he didn't make fun of. That's the thing that's really hurting him. I think Squatchy has trouble rolling a blunt. I'm
You'd be
say
surprised, bro. I'm telling you. You know, see, the thing is, what you need to do is you got to grow the nail on your thumbs, because that's how you split. Now, see, this is in my day. We didn't have backwoods to roll blunts. We used peach optimos and like cigarillos and stuff like that. And you have to grow your thumbnails out a bit so you can split the center perfectly, so you can empty out all that garbage, and you can put the weed in. I'll be more than happy to roll a joint right now for your ass. If you want to come in here talking shit. Homo, fucking just motherfuckers like that just want to come in and start talking shit. Like, it's so funny. This motherfucker has a house. Fucking.
All right, just cool down, Cuddles. All right?
Don't make fun of house. I like house. Don't make fun of house. Yeah, Snoop Dogg pays similar. But I can tell you,
you know what though? I don't think Squatchy would ever pay anyone. No matter how rich he was, I think he'd still do his own.
You ain't no purist if you don't roll your own shit. I don't want someone else licking on that shit. Get the fuck out of here. Pay someone to do that shit. Fuck that. Roll your own. If you can't roll your own, you ain't a man. Oh, dude, I can roll with one hand easy. I've got it down to where
Squatchy can roll it with his tongue.
It's a matter of just seconds. I can put it in and just like that, and just, sometimes I don't even need to lick that shit. I've been doing it too long for me not to have that skill. I can do it driving with one hand. I've rolled blunts driving. Fucking drunk.
A long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago, back before drunk driving was invented.
Right, yeah. In his younger days, he would never do that now.
No, well, no, fuck no. Now I don't drink, but it was weird because when you're younger, you know what I mean? Like, dude, we drove drunk and everything. We did crazy shit. We didn't fuck.
Well, when you're
You didn't fuck
young,
up. You
yeah,
didn't
I
fuck
mean,
up. But then it was like it's weird. Like once like the 2001, 2002, then drunk driving became this fucking huge thing. And then people started getting $1,200 DUIs and shit like that, and then that's what freaked everyone out about drinking and driving. But
oh really?
then all through that was like all through high school though, nobody gave a shit. We would on Thursdays. It's a Palm Springs street fair on Thursdays. It happens every Thursday in Palm Springs. Palm Springs is a 45-minute drive from where I'm at. Like everything's 45 minutes away from me. I'm 45 minutes away from LA on a good day. I'm 45 minutes away from Disneyland. I'm 45 minutes away from the beach. It just depends on the traffic at what time you leave and shit like that. But Palm Springs, we were in high school. We weren't even legal to drink. And we were getting drunk as fuck. We had a friend that worked at the Hyatt bar, the hotel on the main street in Palm Springs, and he would open up the back where all the like deliveries got made, and he'd come out with one of those tubs that you put ice in at the hotel room, and he'd have a towel over it, and he'd hand it to us, and fucking it would be full of mini bars full of alcohol and shit, and then we'd go and then we'd smoke behind the Hyatt and get hella stoned, and then fucking walk out into the main strip where it's like a street fair, so it's like art vendors, food vendors, bands playing every bit, and then there's bars and clubs all up and down that street and stores that are open and shit like that. It is an awesome time. We would get fucking shit faced drunk and drive home just doing the stupidest shit, and you never got pulled over. No one crashed. Nothing dangerous. You know what
Isn't
I
that
mean?
crazy?
Well, some dangerous shit. Because I remember one time we crashed. Whose car was it? We crashed. We were trying to hand a blunt. It was a blunt. Fuck this guy. It was a blunt. And we were trying to hand a blunt from our car to the other car, and one friend just kind of fucking cut in too fast, and we smashed against each other. But we didn't crash. We bumped into each other, but we fucked up the rear view mirror, you know. But yeah, that was fun. Fucking back in the day, but we would get fucking drunk.
The 90s were crazy. Actually, even in the early 2000s, they were fun times.
Fuck this color. It's just gonna smear the black.
All right, well, I'm going to have to get going here. It's late
Yeah.
here and I got to be up early.
Yeah, I'm gonna be done with the color on this soon, so I'm gonna be out of here too in a little bit.
All right. Well, screw Gene. Fuck Ivan. And I hope Lasso gets hemorrhoids.
Item 7. Fucking
Item 7. I wish him good luck. He made me laugh tonight.
With his many observations of fucking being a fucking dickhead.
Cuddles.
Yeah, what an idiot.
It was fun though. I want more of that. I want more predictions like that we can kind of go through and parse out. That was fun.
Well, that guy's just being a dick, trying to be insulting. He wasn't trying to be funny. When they start fucking, because I'm a big guy, when they start mentioning food places and stuff, that they're going down the fucking classic fucking route.
Well, and the cuddles thing, I mean, it wasn't even that funny, it was like
like a fat person hasn't heard that shit before.
Right. When you're like Wendy's and Cuddles, you know, it's like
Yeah,
okay. We're really digging deep there, huh?
yeah. Good job, dude. Whoa, way to
If you
fucking
want to hit him where it counts, you send him a picture of Andrew Lincoln in a
yeah.
V-neck.
You know, learn your target. Especially saying some stupid shit like I don't know how to roll a blunt. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude.
It's only funny coming from me, because at least people know I'm full of shit.
Yeah,
Right?
that's just one thing that I'm like, don't you dare, like, because even when you guys tried to say that Brock's girlfriend would
Yeah,
beat
exactly.
me in a smoke off,
Right.
there's just I just don't see that fucking happening. You know what I mean? Like, because like I've been around a lot of people that smoke a lot. All right, and like I smoke a lot, and I've not had one single person that's been able to, old. I'm talking about old timers. Even like the guy that I learned how to grow from, like, couldn't fucking keep up. You know, so it's like when people fucking try to insult my smoking when it comes to smoking, you can go ahead and say some fat shit. Say that I'm stupid. I am stupid. But
I
fucking,
agree.
but you try and say that I can't smoke or I can't roll. Get
No, you
the
can smoke.
fuck
I think we can
out
all
of here.
agree though. There's a pretty good chance that I could outsmoke you though.
Yeah, I'd love to see that. I was talking about today. That will be the damn day when I come to visit because your wife will fucking literally hate that I was there because you will be useless, absolutely fucking useless the entire time that I'm there. You think that I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna be like, no, you're not gonna bitch out on this joint. What do you mean you're smoking a joint? We just smoked one like 45 minutes ago. Yeah, you're not bitching out on this joint. You think that's gonna happen? No, sir. I'm sorry. Like, you will be obliterated. You will be on my level.
What
You'll
do you
see
think,
what
Gene? He'll be out before I am, right?
you'll see what it's like to be squatchy every day. Then you guys will have a whole you'll have a whole other understanding, and your kids too, because like I
Or
mean, like they're gonna
and the
smoke.
kids too.
Well, you know,
And your kids too.
Uncle Squatchy's coming to visit. You know, it's like, you know, I have to make a good impression, and you know, your kids. You know, I'm almost positive they're gonna want to smoke with us.
There you go. And on that note, I'm gonna say goodnight.
For sure. I'll
All
catch
right,
you
man.
later.
I'll catch you everyone later. Have
Yep.
fun, guys. I'll see you.
What's up? All right. Color change. It's about to get quiet now. The red wave? The fuck is the red wave? Is that a movie? I don't do politics, bro. Is that what it's called, a red wave? I think they'll do a better job than what the Democrats are doing right now, but to be honest, all politicians and all of that shit is fucking stupid. And Republicans and Democrats are fucking idiots. But I think we're desperately in need of someone to come back and do better than what the fucking crackhead and that's the president now that can't even fucking say a sentence. They can't even walk without being having people lead them in a direction. Who fucking shakes hands with imaginary people. I think our country deserves a better leader than that. But I think I don't like either version, but I think Democrats are the slimiest scumbags in the world. But I don't fucking care for fucking Republicans either. But Democrats are just different kind of person. Fakest fucking shit out there. Woke bullshit. I like the one with Freddy and all the little heads on the pizza. I don't remember which one that was. I don't know. We've been talking about doing our podcast. It's just a matter of finding time to where we both can lay out a plan on what we want to talk about and stuff like that. Because it's not going to be focused on just comics. It's a possibility, but probably not people from the comic community. Like, it's not going to be a comic podcast. So it's, you're not, like, where it's not going to be, like, we're not going to be relying on the Squatchy and Foo crowd or anything like that. We're starting completely over. No, like I said, probably not people from the comic community, because it's not going to be a comic podcast. We're not going to be relying on anyone from the comic community for the podcast. We're going to market it towards just anyone. Like, it's not going to be a comic book podcast. We're not. We may go weeks or months without mentioning a comic. So we're not really going to be having comic community people on there. Because it's not a comic community podcast. No, and I don't plan on talking to Stevie anytime soon. I don't see why I would. Stevie is the kind of person that backstabs his friends. I don't have any time for people like that. I don't think it's unfortunate. I like learning people's true colors. Makes it to where you don't invest and waste any more time in those kind of people. So I love when they show their true colors. right. That's it. Thanks for watching. Happy Halloween to everybody. Merry Christmas. Peace out.